Hi y'all, welcome to my channel. Today we're headed to Kauai. So here we are all packed up driving to Dallas. On our flight we flew Southwest. It was fairly comfortable. This is the view off the balcony in our condo. And this is the famous chicken that has been keeping my daughter awake each night. Here is just a little preview of some of the gorgeous flowers at this condo. I will take more pictures later and update you. Our first night we ate dinner at Kenji Burger. There's many Kenji burgers around the island. It is so delicious. One of the things that makes this burger amazing is the Kenji sauce. You can see how saucy and amazing that burger is. Next, my first day of shave ice. I am absolutely obsessed with shave ice. This was a pineapple strawberry with cream on top shave ice. It was amazing. Then we headed over to Poipu Beach. Here are some beautiful flowers that you can see at the beach. And this is just the sign at Poipu Beach. And this is why we went. We wanted to see the turtles coming in for the night. So Poipu Beach is the main area, and I believe the only area on Kauai where the turtles come in and rest at night. It is a big gathering of people that come and watch the turtles. There are volunteers there that stand guard and make sure nobody touches them or goes within, I believe it's 20 feet of the turtles for their safety. So the man that was there guarding the turtles, he did give me a little brochure and explain some things. Did you know that these are called Hawaiian green sea turtles? And they are green sea turtles because, not because their shell is green or because they're a green looking turtle, but they eat algae, lots of green algae, and their fat is actually green. If you were to dissect a green sea turtle, their fat is actually green. So here you can see one of the turtles coming in from the water. When they're in the water, they can swim about 20 miles per hour. But on land, you're going to see how difficult it is for them to move on land. When the turtles are only age 0 to about 7 or 8, they stay in the water all night. They're small, they're light, they can float and sleep at the same time. But when they get past the age of 8, they have to come in every night and sleep on the beach. Now, sometimes they might come in for 2 hours, sometimes they might come in for 12 hours. These smaller turtles that you can see here are about 20 years old. The bigger turtles are about 40 years old. And it says that they can live up to 70 years old. Yeah, they live 70 years old. That is a long life for a turtle. It's amazing. And they can weigh up to about 400 pounds. So you're going to see some of these bigger turtles are definitely closer to that 400-pound mark. But this guy is just slowly working his way onto shore. It looks like they really have to express so much energy just to get out of the water and onto the shore. It's crazy how long it takes. So some other sea turtle information. The Hawaiian green sea turtle is protected as a threatened species under the U.S. Endangered Species Act and wildlife laws of the state of Hawaii. Now on Kauai, like I said, this is where most of them come, only in this one spot each night to spend the night. There's only about 20 that come. That's not a lot. You figure the entire island, there's about 20 sea turtles. Plus, there's probably several that are under the age 8 that don't come in at night. But that's just not very many. They can reach a shell length of about 40 inches. They live for an estimated 60 to 70 years. We talked about that. They can swim in short bursts up to 20 miles per hour. They have no teeth. Did you know that? Turtles don't have any teeth, but it has a serrated jaw that can inflict a serious bite on someone. So I wouldn't get too close. But when you're out swimming and you see the turtles, they're going to be a little scared of you and they're probably going to swim away. So it's not like you're going to be able to reach out and get bit by one. They're going to swim off pretty quick when you see them, but you can see them when you're swimming, which is really cool. They can eat and swallow only while underwater. So they cannot eat when their head is above ground, above the water at all. Okay, and then also their main prey, the main thing that is what kills them, is the large tiger shark. The other thing that kills them, the gentleman said, is boat propellers. So just a boat going in the water and the turtle gets sucked up into the propeller, it can actually kill the turtles. They do not reproduce until they're 25 to 35 years old. So they do not reproduce for that long, until they're that old. That is crazy. The mature male is identified by his long, large tail, while the female wears a much shorter tail. So now you can see, here's another sea turtle. See that dark spot in the water? Trying to work its way in. This turtle over here has a tracking device on it. You see that little blue thing sticking up from that turtle? He came in the afternoon, so he was very dried out to have his little rest. So it's a male turtle, and what they've tracked so far is basically he just goes out about 100 feet, swims around, eats his green algae all day, and then comes back in and rests. He stays right here local. They also have a tracking device on a female turtle, and that female turtle goes about 300 miles away, and it swims about 10 miles a day to get to its location. It will lay all of its eggs there at the location it's going to, and then it swims back and hangs out here, and its poor little babies are hatched and go in the ocean all by themselves with no parents around. The gentleman said that the turtles are not social animals. It's not like they swim together in a family unit or anything like that. They just grow up with no parents. Here's the signs that they have all over to stay 10 feet back from the turtles, and we were not able to use flashlights or flash photography when viewing them because that can actually blind the turtles. So the volunteers were there making sure everyone was following all the turtle rules and keeping them safe, which I think is really cool. They crawl ashore to warm their body, and it usually takes several hours. And then they also sleep and take a long rest before they go back out into the ocean. On my little info that the gentleman gave me, it says that they can migrate over 1,000 miles round trip to mate and nest, and they do it approximately every 2 to 5 years, which I thought was interesting. They don't do it every single year. They do it about every 2 to 5 years. So this is all the information I have about the sea turtles. It was so fun to see. It was Poipu Beach on Kauai Island where we saw them. Sometimes in the summer, they said it can get up to about 500 or 600 people gathered around to watch the sea turtles come in. I'd say there's probably 100, 150 people there last night when we went. Excuse me, sorry about that. But it was definitely, you could get up to the cone area and take some good pictures and videos and watch them. I think it's just so fascinating to see these beautiful creatures slowly crawling up on the beach. Okay, next up, I'm going to show you the gorgeous view that you can get from Poipu Beach of the sunset. People do come here and watch the sunset. It is not the most popular sunset spot on the island. We'll be exploring some other sunset spots in other videos, but it still was a pretty good sunset spot. There were so many people here watching the sunset and watching the turtles that if you want a more secluded sunset spot, I'll show you some spots around the island to look there also. This is a couple more little turtles trying to work their way in. During the turtle beaching or coming into rest, you definitely had to stay out of the water. They required you to stay out of the water during this time so that they could come in peacefully. Here's just some more rules about the Hawaiian sea turtles and how far away you needed to be. They did have lights on, little flashing lights on their signs and their cones so that people were aware this is a protected area and to stay away from it. The volunteers said they stay till about 9 p.m. and pretty much everybody is gone by then. And then the sea turtles just sleep on their own for the night, but they leave those little protected cones up to try to keep everybody away from the turtles. And the turtles will go back in the water anytime from the middle of the night until about 6 a.m. Okay, here's that beautiful sunset I was telling you about. What a great backdrop. Turtles with the sunset in the background. How can life get any better than this? The Kauai is such an amazing island for the beautiful nature that you get to see and the sunsets in the ocean. It's just so pretty to take a break from our typical ranch life and get out to the ocean and see these beautiful sights. All right, so here we are the next morning. This is the view off our balcony for sunrise. It is so beautiful. Of course, I'm up at sunrise because the whole jet lag and time zone difference. When I got up at about 4:30 in the morning, it was 9:30, sorry. It was 9:30 back home in Texas. So I was wide awake when it was still dark out. I'm sure I'm going to be exhausted tonight, but this is just a view to show you what sunrise looks like off our balcony. It is gorgeous. You cannot swim. We are in Lahui, and Lidgate State Park is just right down the beach from us, which is a great place to swim. You actually cannot swim right in front of our condo because the current is just way too rough, but it's still a beautiful view. Thanks for watching. Hope you're having a great day. Bye.